Hi guys, Create-a-liscious here. I'm just coming back on now. I'm doing this video, as I said in my update video, and show you actually how to do this particular project where I make the lined notebook and mini gel pen for my craft fairs that I'm going to be doing. So this is the finished product, and I'm going to show you from start to finish how to end up with this so that you can then go to your craft fairs and sell loads of them. So just before that stage, it kind of looks like this with my mini gel pens, and I will give you all the links below of the products where you can get them from, and the mini notebooks themselves. Now the cardstock was the ones that I explained in that last video from, in case you haven't watched it, I'll just overview it. B&M stores or B&M stores in the UK. I've got loads of these 12x12 pads, 250 gram GSM double-sided printed pads for £2.99, and I've got a whole heap of them. I'm not going to take you through that because the video explains it. But what I am going to do is show you how to create, let me just pop those down there. Sorry, how to create the notebooks, okay? And you're going to get 2 of these from one sheet of 12x12. So, supplies that you're going to need, because I've already cut them out, unfortunately, so I'm going to show you what you need, and then I'm going to take you through the cutting process. So just bear with me just while I get my stuff together. Okay, so where are you? What you're going to need is a 12x12 sheet, and that could be any 12x12 sheet, but cardstock, okay? Preferably 250 GSM or higher. I would have said 250 GSM is perfect because it creases nicely. So you're going to need one of those. You're going to need your cutting board or paper cutter or whatever you're using, because you're going to end up with one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these. And to get that, I'm going to show you what pieces those are the pieces you're going to end up with. 2 lots. You'll end up with 2 lots of those out of one sheet of card. And all you're left with at the end, this is not the same design, but I'm going to show you, is a piece like that and a piece like that. And so you could actually make tags out of these. So actually you would have none. You'd have no leftover of your card. You'd use one complete sheet of 12x12. I haven't used these up yet because I've got a load of them because I've made a load of books. So, and you're going to need a little bit of ribbon to go around the edge as I've done on this one. And you're going to need a cello bag. Now, I will try and link everything below, the cello bags being the one that I won't be able to give you. She drops everything on the floor. Where are they? Oh, yes, I will. They're not the right size, but they're the ones I've got. And I wasn't going to buy any more, so these are the ones I've used. And the good thing about cello bags, these were from Hobbycraft, is that you can actually wrap them round, which is what's happened to these. And I've stuck them here, but it goes round one time, okay? And then I've put a topper on. So that's the project. And how you get this when you cut it all down is this version, okay? And I'm going to hold this here so you can have a look. So what you need is a card that measures 18 centimetres, okay? So you need to cut your card on your cutting board 18 centimetres. Doesn't matter which way you put your card into the cutter because it's the same size all the way around. Then you're going to do 2 of those, okay? So you're going to cut 2 lots and you'll end up with 2 of those. And then from your card then, you're going to turn it round because this is going to make an 8.5 by an 8.5 with a 1 centimetre crease in the middle. And that's your card. That's what you're going to end up with, okay? And then you're going to cut them. You're going to turn the card and you're going to cut them 11.5 centimetres, okay? In fact, I am going to just do one for you because as much as I'm explaining it, it probably isn't coming out as well as I'd like it to in terms of understanding it on a video. So I'm going to get my huge paper cutter because I want you to see how it's done. Oh, dropped my paper on there. So you're going to get your cutter. Can get you on there okay. So you're going to cut this 18 centimeters, whatever that is on your, okay. So you've got one sheet that's just come off there, then you've got this sheet, okay. You want to turn this sheet sideways, and you're going to do 11.5 centimeters times 2. 11.5 centimeters times 2. So you're now left with that and two cards, okay? And what you can do is you'll have a reverse side. So you can do one with that being the front card and one being that the front card. Right, with this bit that we've cut off, you had 11.5, and this bit fell off the edge, right? This bit, turn back round so you've got it that way into the cutter, and you're going to do 8.5 by 8.5, and you're cutting off tiny smidge. That's what you're going to be left with. Whoops, wherever it's gone. Tiny smidge. That's what you're going to be left with, okay? So there you have two 8.5 by 8.5, and these are going to be your pockets for the inside, where you're going to slip your book. So that's going to be your pocket, okay? And you've got two of them because you've got two cards that you're going to make pockets for, okay? Right, how to get the little triangle bit that's in here. The triangle bit is actually a small pocket again, just for receipts or anything like that. So this booklet has slotted into a pocket at the back, okay? And that's what that's for. So there's the stage by stage. And I reverse the colours on the inside so that we can see. So whatever's on the outside of my cover here is going to be reverse on the inside. So you've got a nice dual tone. So outside, 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 outside. And that's the inside cover. Okay, you all following me? Right, so then you've got two 8x8s, and that's that bit. Now you need to do the triangle bit, but you've got a big piece of card here. So you need two triangles, but you also need the front cover for this. So this is 7.5 centimeters by 10.5. So you're going to get your long piece of card that fell off the edge originally, and you're going to put it in long ways, okay? In here, 7.5. Because the width is going to be fine, as in this to here is going to fit the pad perfectly, and that bit, oh, sorry, I'm doing this on camera saying that. So this bit fits the pad, look, and then this bit folds over the top and wraps around the back. So you end up with, I can find the pad that I haven't quite finished yet. Here. That's the one I want. Okay, so you end up with it flipped around the back. Okay? Right, so you want that to be, that cover, the cover that covers the pad, the writing pad, is 7.5 centimeters times 2. Okay, so there's your pad front. And now you want another 8.5. Let me just get it straight. You need another 8.5. Like that. By 8.5. Square that you're then going to cut into a triangle for your pocket. So now you've got two pockets, okay? So that's your, and then all you're left with are these two pieces. And again, once you've got those, you can make tags out of them. So that's how you cut your paper up. I can't see you very well because I've got the sun shining in my eyes. So now you should have, let me just grab a set. So you've got a pad. I'm going to put it this way so you can see it. That's going to get glued to that. Then you're going to, let's get those out the way. One of those, and one of those. And then you're going to make the cover. Okay, whoops, that way. That this is going to then slot into. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. I've actually got one. I don't want that one because I've already got a set going on. So the set that I'm going to finish off is this one. So here's the one. I'd got 2 out of 1 sheet of paper. Just get that a little bit square. Okay. And this was the one side and this is the other. So I've done this colour. So now I'm going to do the other side. So this is now going to be my outside. And I'm now going to make my inside. And like that. And I'm also going to do my cover, which is going to be that. So whatever's on my outside is going to be the outside of my cover for my book. Okay. So just put those to one side. So what I'm going to do with the book is you really have to just line it up. I did this a couple of ways actually. I tried sticking it down first of all and it didn't work for me very well. You will need some double-sided sticky tape or fuse tape or whatever you've got. And you'll need a glue gun. Hot or cool is up to you. So what I do to start off with is on the edge that's going to wrap around the actual book. And I did, you're going to need some glue, okay? I did start to crease these, but then I found that you can crease them on your bone with a bone folder on your scoreboard. But then I found doing a lot of them, it didn't need it, to be honest. All you need to do is get this dead straight, get your glue gun, and glue the top of the actual, glue the top of the book and fold it up very tight, very firm, making sure it's all straight. I'm just holding that in place for just a second. And then you take your glue, your sticky tape, you can take that off before. Take your sticky tape off or whatever you've fused on, and then just folding that over, and then I bone fold it all down just to get a nice creased edge here. And my front's all covered. And I just kind of really get that firmed on there. Okay, so you've got a nice firm edge, nice straight cover, and there's your book done. Okay, simples. Right, now the book has got to have a little holder. So because the outside is going to be green, I want the inside, the outside cover that it's going in to be green, and I want the inside pockets to be green as well, so that then just the inside cover is the blue flower. But before I stick these on, I just want to just crease them up, because I want to make, remember I need to make a crease to actually get a good fold on these. And because I don't have a ruler on my board, because I don't have a measured board, I've only got a half a board, not a half a board, you know, a board with no measurements on, sorry. So I'm just going to mark on here 8.5, just put a line, and 9.5 centimetres. And at the top and bottom, just put a line, 8.5 by 9.5 centimetres. And then I'm just going to score on my little board those two areas. And when you're scoring, remember to do it very softly, but a few times. You see me doing it about 6 times here, but I'm not putting much pressure on. And the reason I do that is because when you're actually working the paper or the card, if you do it gently and a few times, it actually stretches the fibres, so the fibres don't crack. Then when you actually fold it, you're not going to get cracked paper or card, actually. And then I just crease it to get a good crisp edge. I hope I was on camera doing that then. Not that I'm complaining about the sun, but it's shining straight in my eyes. I have a south-facing window that I sit in when I do my projects. And I love the sun, so we're not complaining, but we kind of are, because I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see the screen, what I'm doing. Right, so there's your little booklet, okay? Cute already, eh? Right. Now inside your booklet, and it doesn't take very long to make these, you want to put your card, make sure that you've got it the right way round, because these are the mistakes I've already made. Make sure that you've got your card the right way round so it fits, because you're going to put your booklet in here. So you're going to put your booklet on that side, and you're going to have your ticket receipt thing up. Well, you don't have to, but it would just make sense that you open it up and your booklet's there. So to do this, what I did was, and we had to, this is where it gets just a bit fiddly. My double-sided sticky tape is too wide. It is almost a centimetre, just over actually, and I don't want that much. I do measure how much I need, but I don't want that much in terms of its width. So this is where I just adapt my tape to fit. I mean, you could do fuse, but this is how, oh, here we go, gonna get stuck now. Here I go with just trying to figure this out. So let's get you on camera, sorry. So I cut mine in half, but you could, if I had, and Hobbycraft didn't have any thinner, so I couldn't do it. And then, I actually don't need this, I'm just gonna have to, let me just put this on my lap so you can't see my legs. Right, so here, remember you want the green on the top, so you're going to do half, only stick half on and stick half off. And this is actually stuck to my table, so it's not going anywhere. So I don't want a full width stuck to the card. Oh, not that I've done that very well. I only want a half. Oh, but I've now stuck it to the table. Here we go. So you only want half of what you've cut, okay? And there is a reason behind my madness here, people. Just bear with me. And I want another half there. And I'm sure there could be a quicker way of doing this, but I just got into the rhythm of doing it this way, and I kind of enjoyed it. So I'm just going to cut again. But you could do it quicker than this, obviously, if you've got... and I only want half on the card. Don't worry about little bits that aren't stuck. Okay, so we basically got an overhang of all the... let me just go back a bit. An overhang of all the sticky tape. So you take it off. Have I done that on the right side? Yes, I have. Again, just double check you've got it on the right side, because I've made so many boo-boos doing these along the way because I wasn't really thinking of what I was doing. So I'm going to take, if I can get it off, I'm going to take the sticky tape off, and then I'm just going to fold it back on itself. So you kind of got double layer of sticky tape, which is great because it's going to hold even better. So just folding all that back on itself, so I'm not wasting my tape. And actually, it's going to be, oh, got that the wrong way around. Whoopsie, flying card everywhere. Okay, so just folding that in, okay, so it's not sticking on the edges. Then you take your card. I'm going to do this upside down. I'm going to try and do it upside down for you. And you're going to place it corner to corner here, so that you get it completely square. And it will line up because it's the same, it's the right size because you cut it the right size. Down, down, and down. Okay. And that's your pocket for your pad, of which you can slide in very simply. You do have to get it quite square to do it. And in goes your pad. How cute is that? Oh, I just love them. Honestly, I fell in love with them. And I'm not going to say, oh, thank you to everybody that's shown me these videos, because there's too many I watched. I've watched about 50 of them. I'm just going to do mine and say thank you to everybody that shared their videos, because you're just all great inspirational people. Right, so now we want the pocket here, the triangle pocket. Again, it'll fit perfectly, but you need some sticky tape on the back of this one. And obviously, if you're going to be cutting it in half like me, ow, that was my finger, then you're going to be having enough tape to go on either side. Now this one I don't have to halve as I stick it down. So this one's going to go full on, edge, right on the edge. Oops. Full on, right on the edge. Oops, not quite. Mia. Mia. Yeah, no. Right, there we go. Any excess we just trim off. Okay, so that's going to be perfect now for sticking down your corner to corner. Get that off there. Take that off of there. Oh. Right, so now you've got a perfect corner, and again, because you've cut it perfectly, just start off with your corner, line it up, put your bottom edge on, and drop that on that edge. And you're done. And there's your super little pocket for receipts and stuff, okay? So there's your cover. How quick was that? How beautiful. And now what we're going to do is just put some, where have I put it? I'm just going to put some white ribbon. And this actually is, I'll give you the measurement of this. Super mini white ribbon. I think it's a half a centimetre, okay? And I am just going to put that round with a little bit of tail so I can tie a bow. Cut it off there. Get that out the way. Put it in the middle of the pad so it's going to hold it. And I'm just going to pop a bit of glue under there. Cold glue. Cool glue gun thingy. Whatever it's called. It's not hot anyway. It's not the hot glue gun. Just hold that there and that secures that. And then you've got beautiful little... Then I need to put my gel pen in. Here. And look at that. How amazingly cute is that? And then you just tie that. Now, what I figured out when you're tying it is don't tie the bow on the side, because when you're packaging it, it'll get in the way. So you kind of just need to do it a little bit on top. And even if you can't do a bow, just tie it in a double knot and it will look okay. It will look good. Okay. So you need your bow to be on top because you need it to be flat. Now, onto packaging. So you take a cello. And when you put it in the bag, what you need to do is make sure the top is face down. And there's a reason for this. It's all been worked out for you, and you need to squish it as far as it can go, and that's a technical term for moving it across the board. Squish it. Squish this end, and fold it. Now these cello bags are 5 inches by 7 inches. Okay. And actually they work okay. I wasn't going to go out and buy any more when I've got these. And then you just fold it until you're on the other side. Take the top off and seal it down. So now you have that left at the top, which is where your topper is going to go. Now obviously already pre-made because I made 48 of them. So again, these measurements are 4 centimetres by 11 centimetres, so 4 centimetres by 11 centimetres of card, and then the actual paper bit with the ribbled edge, roughly about 3 3/4 by 9 1/2, and I stuck that onto the card. Okay, now there's a couple of ways you could do this. You want that facing the front. There is a couple of ways you can do this. You could staple it on, but I didn't like that look at all. So I like invisible. Where's my sticky stuff gone? So I do 2. I try to not use too much stuff because obviously it all comes down to costing at the end of the day. And you need to know what your profit margin kind of thing is. So the more things you put on, oh, don't want it there. The more things you put on your like ribbons and bows, and the more less you're going to get on as a return. So you have to think about that when you're making your items. And if you want to know how to cost your items, then just put a comment below and I'll give you some ideas of how to do it, or the best way to do that. So you're taking these 2 off. I'm not going to explain it in the video because I could do a whole video on its own. And if you want that, if you want to know how to cost your items and how to put your prices on, then just make a comment below or just say, yes, I'd like to know, and I'll do another video specifically on that. Okay, so you've got your 2 sticky things. It's technical as well. And you're going to line up the middle of the back at the top. So you've got equal spacing. You don't want it right away against the actual notebook. You need space between the notebook and where you stick it on the back. And then all you do is fold the top over because it's going to match up. And there's your topper. Okay, voila, and you're done. How amazing is that? Okay, so there's a whole heap, and I'm just going to go through a couple that I've made. So what you get really is the outside of one, and that's the inside card. So the front, you know, this was one side of the card and this is the other side of the card. So this is what I'm saying. You will get 2 packs out of 1 sheet of paper, which is just amazing. And I have done the costings on this one actually. But if you really want to know the breakdown, how to do your breakdowns on your packs and stuff, then just, as I say, give me a comment. So I'm just going to quickly go over this again. You're going to cut your 12 by 12 card by 18 centimetres, and then you want 2 lots of 11.5. Then you're going to do 3 8.5 squares, and then you're also going to do 2 7.5 centimetres for your book. So that's all the measurements you need. One of your 8.5 centimetre squares is going to be cut into the triangle. Remember? So you've got, this is your 11.5, and then you want 3 of these, 8.5 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres, and one of them is going to get cut in half, so you've got a triangle left. And then you want a 7.5 centimetre, because the width will be right, the width will be fine, the length will be fine. You need to cut the width at 7.5 centimetres, and that is for your book. Okay, I hope that's been all clear and not too confusing for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the project. Obviously you need a little bit of ribbon just to tie it up, and then you're all done. So I'm just going to show you some of the ones I've already done, and don't forget your gel pens, because that would be a bit of a nightmare if you did all of this and forgot to put your gel pens in, eh? So again, some of the patterns here and here, you know, you could sell them as a complete pack, because this is the outside cover, and on the inside of this cover is this pattern. So again, you could actually mix and match them, and you can obviously put whatever topper on that you want. And again, you don't have to package them. You could just put ribbon on. These haven't got ribbon on yet, but you could just put ribbon on and sell them like that if you didn't want to do cello. But I do actually like the professional edge, so I've done a whole heap of them ready to go. And you can see all of these, probably just 6 or 7 sheets of paper I've used, that's all. And it just works out so super cost effective. So they're just great designs. Some of them are, I mean all of them, every single page in the books that I've picked up are just so beautiful and so pretty. And again, some of these I've done different ribbons on, but then I decided as I got through these, actually, you know what, I just want white ribbon, because white ribbon goes with everything. You don't have to worry then about what colour ribbon you're going to get. But if you've got stuff in your stash, then you could just use that up. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you give it a go. I will link all the products below so that you don't have to scrag around for years looking for where you get these products from like I did. I've done the homework for you. So I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. I believe in you, and speak to you next time. Bye.